There's only three ways to build wealth. You can have a business of your own, you can invest in real estate, or you can invest in the stock market. Let's take a look at each one of these. As far as business ownership, approximately 10% of the U.S. working population at any one point in time is self-employed. That means that 90% of us are workers or employees with no ownership in a company. And business risks are high. People don't understand it. You need startup capital, you need working capital, and most people underestimate what they're going to need there. You always need industry and business-specific expertise if you're going to succeed. You will often work for years without pay when you're starting a business. A lot of people don't think about that. And there's constant competition and disruptive technologies to worry about. And failure risk is high when you own a business. According to U.S. Census information, 70% of businesses with employees fail by year 10. When we turn our attention to real estate, at any one point in time, 64% of families own their own home. That means that 36% of families rent. But when we take a look at who invests in real estate, only 11% of the U.S. population are investors. They're landlords and own at least one rental property. That means that 89% of the U.S. population are non-investors in real estate. In the stock market, now we already know that this is one of only three major ways to build wealth. This is the easiest way for most people to start and build wealth. That's in the stock market. You can start small for just a few $100s, and there's no limit as to how big you can grow your investment accounts. In the stock market, you build wealth through owning equities. Now, let's take a look at the definition of equity. Equity means you own a piece of the company either directly, so you own stock, or indirectly through owning an ETF or a mutual fund. So equities can include mutual funds, ETFs, or individual stocks. And there's no right or wrong answer. It doesn't matter, okay? When we look at equity ownership in the United States, 52% of Americans own equities, but only 14% own individual stocks. So again, most of the equity ownership in the United States comes in the form of mutual funds and ETFs. Equity vehicles, so what you own the equity in, can include your 401k, your 403b, your IRA, traditional or Roth, doesn't matter, a SEP IRA, a simple IRA, your non-qualified margin accounts, your trading accounts, okay, so that's the non-retirement accounts. Again, it doesn't matter. You can own equities in any of these investment accounts. What I want you to do is I want you to change your investing paradigm. Now let's take a look at the definition of the word paradigm. In science and philosophy, a paradigm is a distinct set of concepts or thought patterns. So what I want you to do is I want you to think differently about investing, all right? I don't want you to save for retirement. Now, don't misunderstand me. Stay with me here, because saving for retirement is boring. It seems so far away. People always, say, I'll get to it later. There's no sense of urgency. And I saw this over and over again in financial services. It's very rare in financial services that we see anybody under the age of 45 that has much of anything saved for retirement, okay? So I want you to change your mindset on this. I don't want you to save for retirement, right? Saving for retirement in old age has a negative connotation. Instead, I want you to build wealth. I want you to focus on building wealth using retirement plans and using other non-qualified investment accounts. It's a difference in mindset, okay? Building wealth is positive, right? I want you to build wealth so you can retire, so you can do whatever you want, so you have freedom. Building wealth is fun. It has a positive connotation. It gives you options. Building wealth gives you freedom and independence, and even young people want to build wealth. You talk to a young person about saving for retirement, somebody in their teens or 20s or even 30s, they have no interest. But you talk to a teenager or somebody in their 20s about building wealth, and they're all over it. Here's a quote from Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein said, "The most powerful force in the universe is compound interest." Now, in order to understand what Einstein was talking about, we first need to understand the rule of 72. Now, this is a financial services rule of thumb, and people in finance use this every day, all day long, all right? So the way this works is whatever your rate of return is, you divide that into the number 72. The answer, the sum of that, tells you how long it takes to double your money. So here's an example, and this is the problem, too, with being too conservative. So somebody says, well, I'm a safe investor, right? You're investing in something that maybe pays you 2% a year. Well, here's the problem. It takes 36 years at 2% to double your money, okay? So the rule of 72. 2 goes into 72 36 times. All right, and you can't get wealthy doubling your money every 36 years, guys. It's just not going to happen. All right. Now, here's something better, but it's still too weak, and that is a 4% investment. Now, in finance, we consider 4% a moderately conservative investment, but here's the problem. 4% still takes 18 years to double your investment. That's still too long to build real wealth. It's better, but it's still not good enough. All right. Now, to really compound money at a reasonable rate of return where you can build wealth over your lifetime, you need to get your rate of return up to about 8% or more. Okay. So at 8% per year, it only takes 9 years to double your money. 8 goes into 72 9 times. So let's take a look at an 8% per year example. Now, this is a one-time investment of $10,000 at 8%. And let's take a look and see what this does over time. So in 9 years, your $10,000, again, a one-time investment, would turn into $20,000. In 18 years, that's $40,000, and you can see here how this progresses. And after 45 years, and this is the same investment, guys, you didn't put anything else in, it's a $10,000 one-time investment at 8% a year average return, but after 45 years, that $10,000 has turned into $320,000. If you would like to find out more about becoming a successful investor, I would highly suggest you watch my information-packed Successful Investor webinar. It is out on my YouTube channel. I will also leave a link to that webinar in the description box below this video. The webinar is about an hour long. It is information-packed. It's going to be one of the most important hours you have ever invested in yourself. That I promise you. So what are the next steps? Watch my Successful Investor webinar. Watch my other YouTube videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel for ongoing finance and success education. Please give me a thumbs up on this and other videos that you like. Leave a comment on my videos and share my videos and my YouTube channel with your friends, family, and colleagues. And please feel free to connect with me on social media. Thank you so much for being on this video. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.